Well, hello there. I'm Ketonius GG, and every wonder in this game costs one production. Stonehenge costs one production. Edamanaiki costs one production. The Eiffel Tower costs one production. The Panama Canal costs one production. You get the idea. And who else would we be playing today other than the Swan King himself? Wonders get +2 culture for each adjacent district, whether they are completed or not. But we're going to have no issues with incomplete wonders this game, because every single one in the game will be built in one turn. We've got Deity difficulty standard speed, a small map which means 6 civs, 9 city-states. We're on a continents and islands map with abundant resources. All these other details that you can read if you so choose. And of course, we're playing Ludwig of Germany. Not only do our wonders get +2 culture for each adjacent district, but we also get tourism for all those adjacencies after castles. All of our cities can build one more district than usual. And of course, we have arguably the best district in the game, the Hanza. Replaces the industrial zone, gets lots of awesome adjacencies. Turn 1, and I already have a pretty decent idea of what I want to do. First of all, I want Stonehenge, and I see stone. So I am going to move down one tile. This will remove the marsh if I settle here, but it'll keep the rice, so I'll have 3 food underneath my capital. I'll have a bunch of 3 yield tiles to work. Right off the bat, granted, most of them have no production whatsoever, but I don't really care. All I care about is getting this, and as soon as we've got it, going down and getting this. It's a turn to settle. As mentioned, we're going straight for astrology. As soon as that's done, we're going Edamanaiki. The city wants to work the 1-2-1 tile, and I don't mind that at all. So I'll let it go ahead and do that. Let's get ourselves a scout. Oh, and by the way, we do have secret societies and heroes and legends mode on, just to spice things up a bit. They're just fun. That sounded fun. It's Vilnius, and oh boy, they give our theater squares extra adjacency. I swear to you, I did not put them in the game. Like, I genuinely did not. My Portugal game, I totally fixed exactly what city-states were going to be in there. And I do that sometimes on just like fun, goofy games like this, but I genuinely didn't even think about it. It did not even cross my mind, but I am thrilled that they're here. It's Mexico City, another really good one for Germany. They make our industrial zones, water parks, and entertainment complex districts reach 3 tiles further if we become suzerain, of course, which hopefully we will at some point. Our scout is done. Let's get another one. There's Code of Laws. Let's go Discipline. Let's go God King. The sooner I can get that Pantheon and get Lady of the Reeds and Marshes, the better. And I did just meet our Ma, got first meet, so that's 1 extra faith per turn. They are actually not quite as good as far as their suzerain bonus goes. My first tribal village of the day, and it's a relic. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, I love this game so much. I know I say that sarcastically a lot, but that was 0% sarcastic. I genuinely love this game, and I'm so thrilled about that relic. Scout number 2 is done. Let's get a settler. Pantheon time, and believe it or not, the free settler is gone, but that makes my decision even more easy. It's Lady of the Reeds and Marshes, of course. I mean, come on. Look at this. Look at this start. Stop, go away. Look at this start. It's Harold Sigurdsson. Looks like he's over here to my northwest. I've also found the end of the continent over here, it looks like. Obviously, we're at the south of the map because there's all this tundra down here as well. I've had no luck finding a natural wonder, but I'm just going to finish up astrology because somebody's going to build Stonehenge any second, and I want to be the first one. Why? Why do you play not like me, you jerk? It's astrology, and it is time for Stonehenge. What's that? It only takes 1 turn. How is that possible? I mean, I guess if it's only 1 turn. We did it! I honestly can't believe we beat the AI to this. I know it only costs 1 production, but it only cost them 1 production as well. But nobody built it, so we did, and we got a free profit. Yay! It's Cahokia, they're always a good one to have in the game. It's the Sanguine Pact, but we are not going to be choosing them today. I think we're going to play a fairly peaceful game. But what we will do is get Amani and immediately throw her into Mexico City to explore this area for me, as well as get the era score. I can't remember the last time I said no to Feed the World when it was available, but Divine Inspiration is going to be crazy this game, and if nothing else, it goes along beautifully with the theme of the game. Then we're going to go Religious Colonization because I don't want to have to actively spread my religion too much. And this will make it so every city I found starts with this in the city, and we found the religion, and that's 4 more faith already because we've already got a wonder. I really want to get a monument cooking, but let's get a builder real quick. I know we don't really need it because we already have 4 really good tiles to work without needing to improve them, but pretty much all of the Envoy quests have to do with having a builder, other than Cahokia's, but our Ma wants us to boost craftsmanship, which requires that we put down 3 improvements. Mexico City wants wheel, and Vilnius wants masonry, so we can put down a mine on this copper and a quarry on this stone, respectively, in order to get those. It's Wilhelmina! She is up here to my north. I will go ahead and send her a delegation. She's going to hate me if I don't get a trade route to her, which I won't be able to do, but I'm just hoping there will be a short little window where we can declare friendship before she hates me. Too late. There's First Sioux of Mexico City, and there are the twins. They are actually quite useful, but I'm not planning on playing very aggressive. Let's go ahead and move Amani over to Vilnius. Scratch that. We're going to go Armagh first, and then we'll keep her in Vilnius long term. I still want that monument, but we're going to get a settler really quick. We may be able to purchase a monument in a bit. Here's city number 2. And I've got a bit of a rough plan that will certainly be ruined by strategic resources popping up, but it's fine. And I settled my second city up here because it's got a marsh tile that can work right off the bat, and because it just claims a decent chunk of land right here from Harold before he comes and settles and ruins everything for me. So now I can just kind of backfill these two settlements. I've already had to adjust my plan a bit here, because the Great Bath is available, and I can't say no to wonders. I mean, come on. There it is, +1 faith on every floodplain tile in this city for every time that it has flooded. And oh boy, that is Hercules. I definitely want him. Only problem is I just got scouted by some barbs down here, so I need at least one more warrior. But I really want Hercules. Problem is I don't have anything I can sell to buy myself a monument. But screw it. If we get rushed by barbs, we get rushed by barbs. I want Hercules. We definitely do not need God King anymore. Let's go for urban planning. Oh, and by the way, I didn't point this out before, but I'm obviously getting +2 culture from the Great Bath because it's adjacent to a district, and of course, I am also getting +4 faith because that's what my religion does. Now that we're Sioux of Armagh, time to move Amani over to Vilnius. Writing is done. It's time for mining. More importantly, it is time for Edamaniki. We'll pop it down right here because this is immediately adjacent to my city center and eventually will be adjacent to a couple more districts, meaning it will give me more culture. Whoa, that was fast. It's almost like it only cost me 1 production. That is 2 science and 1 production on all marsh tiles in my empire. I don't think I have any floodplains in this city, but it doesn't matter because look at this. Look at the yields. Let's just push that through real quick. We went from 7 science up to 19.8. The yields are so good that the game broke and can't even display them properly. I wish that were true. Civ is just really glitchy. Monument done. Hercules, go. Finally, I can start improving stuff. That's wheel boosted. That is an Envoy with Mexico City. Dang it, somebody got pyramids before I could get to the right tech. Sneaky goody hut that nobody got, and it's Anansi. And I honestly have... Oh, that's what it did. Gave me a governor title. Well then, I believe it's time for Magnus. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules! Let's bring him onto the front line to fight some barbs. Provision on Magnus. It's brutal spending all my early game gold on tiles, but we just gotta do it. I mean, come on. How can you not take a one-turn hanging gardens? This is kind of a weird way to go through the tech and civic trees, but I'm kind of just looking around and being like, which wonder do I want? And then I just go for that. It's hanging gardens, plus 10% longer lifespan on my heroes, and 15% extra growth in all my cities, as well as some extra housing in my capital. One turn oracle, I mean, come on, can't say no to that. I think the problem with this playthrough might be that I do nothing but build wonders, because I get distracted every turn by a new wonder that I've unlocked. There it is! Recalling heroes is now 15% cheaper, and buying great people with faith costs 25% less. Not only that, but my districts in this city provide 2 extra great people points of their type, which is going to be pretty awesome later on. It's a golden age, and we've got quite a bit of faith, so let's go monumentality. City number 3, and horses. Governor title, and it is Pingala time, and we're actually going to put him in the capital, and we will move Magnus over to Frankfurt. 2 more tiles. Ooh, it's a bit painful, but it will be worth it because camp. And that means Temple of Artemis. And there it is. Every camp, pasture, or plantation within 4 tiles of Temple of Artemis will give me 1 amenity. There are quite a few around here. At least there will be once I get these tiles improved. 10 potential camps, pastures, or plantations within 4 tiles of this, not including this tile that Vilnius already stole. What's funny is I'm building a ton of wonders, but I haven't built very many of them next to districts, so I'm not getting the full bonus from being Ludwig and getting culture and all that jazz, but that's mostly because I just don't have a lot of districts yet. I am working on it. Don't you worry. I was going to build a bunch with Hercules, but I have been ruthlessly assaulted by barbarians for the last, I don't know, 10, 15 turns or so. So I've been using him to fight them off. They had a whole bunch of archers and stuff. It was very scary. There's political philosophy. It's time for Classical Republic. Colonization's good. Let's get urban planning. We need discipline just a bit longer, and we'll put charismatic leader in there. And what's this? A one-turn Apadana? Don't mind if I do. There it is. That's 2 envoys and 2 more every time I build a wonder in my capital. Go Hercules! Now that Magnus is established, let's start buying some settlers. Let's get Diplomatic League in there, and let's get 2 extra rider points. City number 4. There goes Hercules' last 2 charges. And let's get that Ancestral Hall so we can get free builders when we make cities. Let's get Connoisseur on Pingala. That should take us to Feudalism quite a bit faster. Finally cleared the pesky Barb camp. There's Apprenticeship. Now it's time to get some Hanzas placed in all of my cities. First of all, let's chop out that theater square. Very nice. That's a beautiful +6, and it gives an extra +2 to all 3 of these wonders. Now, 3-turn Hanza. Don't mind if I do. Let's lock in another Hanza. Boink. It's Mahabodhi Temple. That's 2 Diplo victory points, which I don't care about at all, but it's 2 free apostles, meaning I can evangelize my religion right now. Stupas are always good for the amenity. And come on now. What would I possibly be going for other than sacred places? That'll be 2 science, culture, gold, and faith for every city following my religion that has a world wonder. Eventually, that'll be all of my cities. Oh, and by the way, Kilwa was already built, so that sucks. I wasn't quite there yet. I maybe rushed apprenticeship a little too hard, but I think I stand by that decision because we're Germany. You got to get the Hunzas ASAP. So I guess it is what it is. No Kilwa today. My first Hunza complete. And I've got a couple settlers ready to settle cities, but I'm just going to wait 5 turns in order to have the Ancestral Hall and get the free builders. It's another governor title, and we're going to skip researcher just for a minute and go for grants. And the reason we're doing that is because we have Oracle in my Pingala city, which means already my districts are giving me +2 great people points of their type, and now that will be doubled. So instead of giving me 1 great rider point per turn, my theater square is now giving me 6, because it gets 1 normally, 2 extra from Oracle, and then those 3 total are doubled by Pingala. And same thing with my industrial zone. Ho 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 ho, it's Sinbad. There's my first great rider. There's researcher on Pingala. Finally, it's feudalism. And serfdom goes immediately into the government. Now it's city number 5 and city number 6. Wow, this is quite the tile from all the dust storms that have gone through here. There's not even a mine on that. There goes Hercules, and now we've got his epic. And here's what our great works are looking like right now. Here's city number 7. Look at these beautiful marshy rice tiles. 5 food, 3 production, 2 science. Heyo, another great writer. City number 8. My first great merchant and my first great engineer. Divine Right, and it's time for monarchy. Let's go Republican Legacy, Limes, and feudal contracts so we can get some defensive units if Harold decides to attack me. It's Colosseum, that's 2 culture, 2 loyalty, and 2 amenities in every city within 6 tiles of it. So if we take a look at the city overlap, you can see it's hitting 6 different cities, soon to be 7, once I settle that last one down in the south, which means 14 culture and 14 amenities. That's crazy. There's Bermuda right next to me. I knew it was there, but I just hadn't found it yet. And there's Hermetic Order. 5 turns left in the era. I'm actually going to wait to explore because I've way overshot on era score. And I'd rather just wait 5 turns so that I can get the era score into next era. Hello, Mont Saint Michel. Now all of my apostles automatically have Martyr, which means if they get killed in theological combat, they will give me a relic. It's another great merchant. There's Craftsman, which is immediately going in. It's another golden age, and I do have quite a few commercial hubs, but I think I would rather get Monumentality because it was insanely valuable, especially with how much faith I have. And here is how the Empire is looking these days. We're getting lots of culture from the wonders we built. We've got 2 holy sites, but every city either already has a Hunza or will be building one soon. Every city either has a commercial hub or will be building one soon. Once a city has both a Hunza and a commercial hub, if it has a super high adjacency campus or holy site or something, then I will build that. Otherwise, it will be building a theater square. Now I can finally get back to exploring. And oh boy, I like Himiko. And I can see that somebody settled over here because this is obviously too close to another city. And it's Anshan. They are influenced by an unmet player, so there's probably somebody right over here. So let's go find them. City number 9. And it's Petra. We've got a handful of desert tiles in this city right here. And now they're predator trials, especially this one. This one's gotten pretty good now. Diplomatic League is going back in the government. And now we will immediately put an envoy in Anshan, which counts as 2. We'll put one more envoy in there, and boom, first suzerain. We discovered Arthur, which I don't particularly care about, but the main thing is we discovered all of this land and Kamasi's in the game. And now we are getting +2 science from each great work of writing and 1 from each relic. And if we take a look-see here, we can see we're getting 7 science from our great works now. Yay! Well, we've got Diplomatic League in. Let's give Kamasi an envoy. It might be difficult to take over because somebody's already got 7 envoys there. Yeesh. It's Poundmaker, and he already likes me. -8. That's just mean. -8. And let's find out where you are, sir. Well, he started next to Mount Roraima. Lucky sucker. There he is. So, that means this land is contested, but if I can get a settler or 2 over here and establish some population, I may be able to settle some more cities around here. My first harbor, and you know what that means. Mausoleum is going down. And there it is. 1 science, 1 faith, 1 culture on all coast tiles in the city. And more importantly, my great engineers now have an extra charge. There's Granada. And there are the Ottomans. They are right over here next to the Cree. Another great merchant. It's Chichen Itza, +2 culture and 1 production to all rainforest tiles in this city. And there's a handful of them, not a ton, but a handful. I also noticed that a certain Forbidden Wonder was available. City number 10. And that's Sprawling Empire. And it's complete. That is an extra wildcard policy slot for me, as well as a little bit of faith and a little bit of culture. And there's Void Singers. Now that is interesting. I still haven't taken a secret society just yet because I want everybody to like me, and there was nothing that was really going to help me a ton. But now I think I will once I get my next governor title. And it's between Void Singers, which would get me a lot of extra faith because it would convert my monuments into Old God obelisks, and then it would get me a lot of extra gold, science, and culture from my faith later on. Or we could go for Hermetic Order, which would unlock ley lines for me and potentially give me some pretty insane adjacencies. I haven't decided yet, but luckily I don't have to decide right now. And it's another great writer. Skadoink. Now that is 12 culture, 6 faith, and 11 science from my great works. Let's purchase the consulate real quick. I would love some extra influence. And 4 gold, 2 science, 2 culture, and 2 faith doesn't hurt either. I know I'm playing Germany, but the engineer card actually doesn't help that much because A, I have a ton of engineer points per turn already, and B, a lot of the best engineers are the best because they build wonders. But this game, all wonders cost 1 production, so I don't even need to push them through with engineers. So I think we should pop in colonization instead. I got Himiko, and honestly, I think she's the best hero in the game. It would be good enough if she just gave you 8 free envoys, but on top of that, you can also use her to levy, and if you're already suzerain, when you add those free envoys, you get 100 faith, which makes it easier to buy back her and your other heroes. She's just so ridiculously good. Did you ever build a castle in the air? That's +1 air score from everything that normally would give me 2 or more, and there's St. Basil's, that's +100% religious tourism from this city, and 1 food, 1 production, and 1 culture on all tundra tiles in the city, and it is in this city, which is going to be pure tundra. And look at those delicious tiles. The only improved one I have is this one, because I just built this city, but 2 food, 3 production, 1 culture, 5 gold already. I like that very much. And we may as well move our relic right on over there, so that we get the extra tourism from it. There's Hercules, back in black. It's Imhotep, and for once, I'm not that thrilled to see him. I mean, I'm not upset about having him. I like having Imhotep. It's just I really don't need him. There's Lahore. It is time to decide, and I think I gotta go Void Singers. So I'm just gonna pick it before I second guess myself. We're gonna make a cultural alliance with the Cree, and that will be an alliance with everybody that I know, and it will explore the map for me where he has found, and it will meet the last person because he's already met them, and it's Lady Six guy. I love getting alliances with Cree, so useful. So here is all of the Ottomans' land, and here's Lady Six guy right up here. I was just about to meet her with my missionary, and it looks like there's a decent amount of land to still be claimed over here. And now that I have a cultural alliance with the Cree, I need to go ahead and send some settlers this way as quickly as I can. So I'm gonna buy one here. I've already got this guy on the way over, and now we're gonna take this guy and send him over here somewhere. I also met in Gazagamu, but I don't particularly care about them. There's another great merchant. And we've already accumulated 13 tourists, because don't forget, we're getting tourism from all of these wonders, not just the normal amount that wonders give, but also tourism from the adjacencies, because tourism from the adjacencies applies after castles. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, it's not just wonder adjacencies, but it's all culture adjacencies that provide tourism after discovering castles. That means that my theater squares are giving me tourism as well. As you can see, I'm getting plus 12 for the great works, but I'm getting plus 9 for tourism added by district yields. And if we take a look at this, it says plus 6, but that's because this district adjacency screen does not account for the effects of Vilnius. My highest alliance level is level 1, which means I'm getting a plus 50% adjacency bonus on all of my theater squares, meaning this turns into a plus 9, which explains why this is giving me a plus 9. Here's another plus 6 theater square, another governor title, and obviously we're going to get chorus. I forgot to update you on turn 100, but that works out great because my yields are looking a lot better now that I have chorus. We've got 170 science per turn, 282 culture, 192 faith, 244 gold, and 209 tourism, and supposedly we're going to win 56 turns. Now that might be true, it might not. We may be able to speed that up, we may not, we'll see. But whatever the case, I am loving all of this culture. It's Colossus, that's one free trade route capacity and a free trader. Now, let's get Vissel banking in. That's going to get a lot better very soon. We really don't need more theater square adjacency, but that's a lot of culture. And it just sounds pretty awesome. Oh, and in case you were wondering, the plus 100% theater square adjacency also counts as tourism when you're playing Ludwig. If I take a look-see here at the tourism screen, you can see now it's up to plus 15. That's because it stacks additively, not multiplicatively, with Vilnius's ability. So basically, I have a plus 6. I get plus 100% of that, which is plus 6, from the card, so that puts me up to 12. And then I get plus 50% of the original amount, which would be 3, so I add that on, and that is the 15 tourism added by district yields. My first campus of the game, and I already have 175 science. That's only a bit ridiculous. And now let's just buy the library and buy the university, because that boosts astronomy and gets me a couple turns closer to Patala Palace. There's another engineer that builds wonders. I still haven't used Imhotep. He's just over here exploring. He's been quite useful as an explorer, but there's just no point, you know? I mean, I guess there is. I guess I could get 2 wonders through in a city in the same turn, but honestly, that does not seem all that useful to me. I'm actually not going to build any spies, because if I can just get Lady Six Guy to like me, then we'll be allies, and I will be allies with everybody, which will mean that nobody can spy on me. How in the world did Harold already get to Oxford? That's annoying. It's turn 105, sir. Don't you know that that is insanely early to be building Oxford? Oh, he's also about to build Angkor Wat. Boo. Well, I was kind of rushing that, but that is now pointless. Ooh, I definitely want River Valley. Let's do that. Man, Harold's having himself a game. 31 techs to my 28. I'm going to take over Cahokia because I can. The fact that Himiko has 8 charges is honestly ridiculous. Like, I was not even close to getting Kamasi on side, and by the time I'm done using all her charges, I will be suzerain without spending any of my own envoys. Finally, I can use Sinbad's charges. Yay! I really hate to crush these amazing marsh tiles, but gotta do it. It must be done. That's going to be another plus 4 culture and tourism from the adjacency of the wonder, and it's going to add 2 to the adjacency of my theater square, which will be 5 extra tourism and culture. There's Bolshoi, that's 2 randomly chosen free civics, and some great work slots. And there's Patala Palace, that is 1 extra diplomatic policy slot. I don't know why the screen was black and white when it was showing Bolshoi, that's kind of weird. Maybe it's because I was clicked on the settler. Just buying some great works of writing from the AI, because they are ridiculously valuable to me. Ooh, this is a 4 culture one. Nice. Not only do they give me culture and tourism, but they also give me science. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good now. 32 culture, 6 faith, and 27 science, as well as 96 tourism for my great works. There's the final alliance, and now we don't have to worry about spies. City number 11. I feel like we don't have enough science, so let's just buy these tiles real quick. And let's buy this one too. This one has 10 science on it. Finally, there's Kamasi. And Himiko's still got 3 charges. It's just ridiculous. It's just not fair. She's so good. Say what you will, but Himiko is the best hero in the game. And another merchant. We finally made it over here, and it's city number 12. It's Hermitage. That's 4 great work of art slots. Another great writer. Oh, and I just got Ngaz removed from that. I guess that was their quest. I'm now culturally dominant over the Netherlands, and we're at 32 out of 92 tourists. There's Industrialization, and I'm pretty sure we're still in the medieval era. Yep, we are indeed. Looks like I've got 3 sources of coal. That is excellent. City number 12. I mean 13. City number 14. Oof, that's painful. That is right smack in the middle of my empire. City number 15. Here's my first national park. And my first artist. It's Casa. That's 3 governor titles and plus 15% production faith and gold for all cities not on my original continent with a governor. Now, I don't have any of those just yet, but I will. There's vertical integration on Magnus. Now, I don't have a lot of factories finished just yet, but once I do, this city is going to have a ridiculous amount of production because it's in range of quite a few industrial zones. Speaking of industrial zones, let's give Mexico City 3 more envoys just so we can get the extra production on coal power plants once we have them. My first coal power plant, and that's 18 extra production in my Magnus city. And this city is going to go crazy once all these factories get built. Speaking of, that's what I'm doing in my empire right now. We're building factory, factory, factory. Anywhere that's not building a factory could be building theater square buildings or stuff that gives me amenities, or there's a few new cities just building harbors. City number 16. I've now got a trade route with every major civ, which means I've got a plus 25% modifier to tourism with each one of them. And now I can focus on sending some to city-states because I get a plus 2 faith from the great merchant that I got, as well as a ton of culture and some extra gold because of Kumasi. There's Flight in the medieval era. It's Rare Valley, that's plus 20% extra production in this city and plus 1 production for each mine and quarry. Unfortunately, I was not able to get it in my Pingala city or in my Magnus city because I just don't have any spots next to a river and my industrial zone. I've filled up pretty much everything, but this was like one of the only spots in my entire empire that I could actually put it, so I did. City number 17, and a tasty marsh tile to work right off the bat. City number 18, another great writer. Let's go reform the coinage and just get a whole bunch of extra gold. And we go from 477 to 561. It's city number 19. City number 20. It's Torre de Belém. International trade routes from this city get plus 2 gold for every luxury at the destination. And all my cities not on my capital's home continent receive the lowest production cost city center building that they can currently build. Oh, thank goodness I needed more culture, seeing as how it's turn 130 and I only have 689. I believe I have quite a few workshops. Certainly I have a lot of industrial zones that don't have their workshop yet, but this should do quite a bit. Let's see here, 689. Let's run it through, and it jumps up to 715. Nice. Oh, and he still has another charge. City number 21. Sydney Opera House. This gives me a little bit of culture and faith, but more importantly, it gives me 5 great musician points per turn and 3 slots for great works of music. Charge number 2 of Da Vinci, and we jump up to 780 culture per turn. Cristo Redentor. This makes it so my religious tourism does not get halved by anybody who has researched Enlightenment, which I'm sure a few of them have. Definitely Poundmaker. He's actually having quite the game, which he often does when the AI plays him. Yeah, 225 culture, and let's not forget, we're on turn 132. So he's having quite the game, but even with that, we are making progress on the culture victory. We just unlocked 5-year plan, which means my industrial zone adjacency is now an economic policy rather than a military, which is a bit annoying, but that's okay because it can go in right there. And it does free up a military policy slot so we can put logistics in there. We got professional sports, now we're buying in stadiums. And of course, more importantly, we can get Stadio. I hate to crush a good marsh tile, but Stadio is probably the best wonder in the game, so not a problem. Another great merchant, and my first musician. It's a Stadio that's plus 2 amenities and plus 6 culture in every single city in my entire empire. And Broadway, plus 20% culture in the city that I built it, and a free Atomic Era Civic boost. And just like that, we're up to a cool 1050 culture. And actually, it's 1079 because I just rejigged it. It says 10 turns till we win. I don't know how true that is, but I know we're making progress. City number 22. Another national park. I'm now officially suzerain of every single city-state on the map. My great works are looking pretty decent. It's mostly writing, but we're still getting quite a few yields from them. 101 culture, 10 faith, 56 science, and 203 tourism. City number 23. I got all my cities up to ecstatic, by the way. Environmentalism is done, which means plus 25% tourism across my empire. And now we're up to over 1 tourist per turn with every single other civ, which means we're getting about 5 per turn. Poundmaker's getting 2.5 per turn, and he is the culture leader. So we're gaining about 2.5 tourists per turn. We're behind by 27, so now it should be about 10 or 11 turns, but that's if I can't crank it up any higher. It's Big Ben. That is plus 50% gold in my treasury, and I get a free economic policy slot. And there is computers, which gives me an extra 25% tourism across my empire. City number 24, just for good measure. This one's got some nice juicy tiles. I'm honestly not sure if there's a combination I like more than Lady of the Reeds and Marshes plus Edamanike. It's just so fun. Goddess of the Hunt plus Temple of Artemis is also a super fun one. But as far as just yields go, I love the Edamanike plus Lady of the Reeds and Marshes. It's just so good. It's telling me 1 turn until victory. Let's see if that's true. Ooh, not quite. We're too short. Well, let's just go ahead and pop in online communities. That'll solve our problem. Plus 50% tourism output to civilizations I have a trade route to. That's all of them. And there it is, 155 out of 148. And as we roll the turn over, it's a turn 147, culture victory. That was such a fun game. And now the graph that we all wanted to see. I honestly didn't build all the wonders. There were a few I just didn't have a place I could put them. And then I won before I had unlocked some of the wonders. But there you go. Looks pretty nice. I'm up there at like, what is that? Probably 30 wonders. Not too shabby. Our culture was pretty crazy too. You gotta love Ludwig. I didn't quite get any theater squares completely surrounded by wonders, but I did get this nice plus 10 and a whole bunch of good ones. My average was probably like 7 or 8. And a plus 9, a plus 6. And then, of course, all the adjacencies from the wonders. And I didn't point this out, but I did have a few alliances go up to level 2. And Vilnius's ability is based on your highest active alliance. So if we take a look at this here plus 10 theater square and go to the tourism screen, we can see tourism added by district yields is plus 45. It's a plus 10 theater square. That adjacency is being doubled by this card, bringing it up to plus 20. Then because I have a level 2 alliance and I have Vilnius, it again doubles the original amount. So it doesn't double the 20, it just doubles the 10. So basically I have the base 10, I get another 10, and then another 10 from Vilnius. So that puts me up to 30 adjacency. And then it just adds in the plus 25% from computers and the plus 25% from environmentalism for a total of plus 50%. And of course, 50% of 30 is 15, and 30 plus 15 is 45. So there you go. If you didn't follow, that's fine. The point is, I am getting a ton of tourism just from my theater square adjacencies. Not to mention all my wonder adjacencies, and then of course I have some national parks, a lot of great works and stuff. But the main thing by far is all my adjacencies giving me tourism. This ability right here is crazy. And of course, it makes it a lot better and a lot easier to take advantage of when every wonder in the game costs only 1 production. But that's all she wrote for this one. Let me know if you enjoy these type of goofy mods. They're a ton of fun to play with, so I hope they're fun to watch as well. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye! Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and leave a comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Civ 6 videos like this. I'm Ketonius GG, and as for myself and Alias, it's been a hoot. Bye-bye now.